In few steps, I'm going to be showing you the process on how to go about the making of this cow trouser or iron pants. Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel for yet another amazing tutorial. In a very quick, simple and clear terms, I will be showing you how to go about the making of this cow trouser or harem pants you're seeing on my screen. So this tutorial is to give you a detailed idea on how to go about the making of this trouser. Remember, you can do something much better than what I am about to show you. And for the choice of fabric, I promise you, you can use any fabric of your choice. For me, I am going to be using this vintage fabric. So for me, I use 3 as 12 inches. You can use more or less depending on the measurement you're working with. And if this looks like something you're interested in learning or you just want to have an idea on how to go about the making of this trouser, kindly watch to the end. Please like this video, comment, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let's get started. Step 1, pick one end of your fabric, pick the other end of your fabric, bring them together, meaning your fabric is folded into two, like so. Next thing you want to do is you go ahead to fold it in a triangular form in this way. So basically, this is what it means to fold your fabric in a triangular form or in a triangular way. Then go ahead to arrange it so that everything is going to be equal. If you have excess like mine, go ahead and trim it off. I will be trimming mine off. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is to start the measurement, and this is where all our measurements is going to be starting. Step 2, from this point or angle, go ahead to divide your round ankle measurement by 2, including your sewing allowance. You can mark it straight like so, or you can decide to tilt your tape this way and mark it in this form. So for me, I'm going to be using it this way. Now I'm going to divide my round ankle measurements by 2, including my sewing allowance. I am using 7.5. Then I'll go ahead to connect the lines together. So continuation of step 2. At this point here, you can decide to minus 2 inches for your waistband to take your trouser length, or you can decide not to minus any 2 inches. So your measurement is still going to be starting the normal way like this. So from here, you go ahead to take your trouser length measurement in this form. Like I said, you can minus 2 inches for your waistband, but for me, I am not going to be minusing it because I want to make it in a way that two persons with two different body size can wear it. So from this point, take a look at how I place my tape. I'll go ahead to take my trouser length measurement. The trouser length I am working with is 38 inches. I'll go ahead to mark it. I'll be adding extra 2-inch allowance to it, which is going to be 40. Now go ahead to extend the lines out, and this brings us to step 3. I hope you're following the steps. Now after extending the lines out, this is where we're going to be taking our crotch depth and crotch curve. So from here, divide your hip measurement by 4 and add extra 1 inches or 1.5 inches allowance to it and mark. On that point where you mark, you're going to be dividing your hip measurements by 10 and mark whatever figure you got there. Then go ahead to extend the lines upward. Whatever you marked here, you're going to be marking the same 4 inches up here, and then you connect it out with a straight line. And the next thing you're going to be doing is to create your crotch curve just the way I am doing. Just go ahead to make necessary adjustments. Now you can decide to trim the front if you want so that it will be different with that of the back, but this is a palazzo trouser, so everything is still going to balance. Now you're going to extend this line straight this way, or you're going to be extending it upward if you want. Now this part is going to lead us to step 4. This is step 4 of this tutorial. Remember I said you can make use of the lower line or the upper one. I'll be making use of the upper line, right? Now this is the part where we take the hip and the pocket measurement, so you want to pay attention. So this is like a palazzo trouser, and this fabric is folded into 4, right? Now this is the waistline, but we're not going to be using the waistline. We're going to be using our hip measurement in place of the waist measurement. So I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4 here and mark. Now I want this thing to have extra pleating, like I want it to be very full. So I'll go ahead to add extra 10 inches to it. So from that point, I would mark another extra 10 inches. You can decide to mark 7, 8, depend on how full or how free you want it to be. So after marking 10 inches there for the extra pleating, I will mark 1 inches from that point because I want to add pockets to this trouser. If you are not adding pockets, then you ignore this part. Now from that 1 inch, I'll go ahead to mark my pocket opening. The pocket opening I'm going to be using is 7 inches for it. So for better clarity and understanding, this is the pocket, this is the waist measurement, but we're using our hip there, and this is the extra allowance we are adding. Now this is step 5. Step 5 is the cutting process. Now, when you're cutting it, all those marks, all those lines that you're seeing there, please ensure you notch it just the way I am doing. Make sure you notch it because it is going to be very important and useful for you when you are sewing. So I'll go ahead to do the same thing. I will notch it here and then I'll cut it out completely. So basically, we are done with the cutting and notching of this upper part. We are going to come to this part, cut out the crotch and the ankle part. Now I'm going to be starting with the ankle. After cutting it out, I'll go ahead to cut out the crotch. then we'll head straight into the sewing of this trouser. This is very simple because of explanation's sake. It looks like it is very long, but it is very easy and simple to cut and sew. Now, after cutting out the crotch and the ankle, this part of the trouser, you're not going to be cutting it. It is going to remain closed like that. Now, this is a closer view of what everything is looking like. I've gone ahead to cut out the pocket, and this will bring us to step 6. I hope you are following the step. Now, the step 6, we're going to be starting with the pocket. You're going to be pinning the pocket right side facing each other. You go ahead to stitch it and top stitch it as well to keep it intact. You're going to be repeating the same thing for the other sides of the pockets. Okay, so while I am pinning the pockets, I'm just going to remind us to please remember to comment on this video, like, share it, and also subscribe to this channel. Now, basically, after pinning all the pockets, what you want to do is go ahead to stitch each of them at this end and then top stitch it as well. So after stitching the pockets at the same time, I'm also going to be stitching the crouch area as well. Now I've separated it into two. Now I'll take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to stitch here and weave it. I'm going to be repeating the same thing on this other side as well. Okay, so I've done the part where I said I was going to stitch the crouch area and also the pockets. Now for this crouch, like I said, you can decide to reduce the front if you want it to have a difference between the front and back, but this is okay. And also this is the pocket well stitched and weaved at the same time. Now continuation of the sewing, this is the crotch area. Now you're going to bring the crotch and pin it the right side facing each other at the center point, just the way you're seeing on my screen. So I'm going to pin the crotch area together like this. Now this is what you should get after pinning it. This is the view you should also get if you're following the same process. Now whatever I'm doing on this side is what I'm going to be repeating on the other side. Now this part you want to also pay attention to. So I will refer to this stage as step 7. Now remember when we were drafting, we marked 11 inches, right? So this is the 11 inches and this is the extra 10 inches I marked for extra allowance. And I also went ahead to mark 1 inch before we fixed the pocket, right? So this is the pocket. Now you're going to pleat everything here to give you back your 11. If do you understand what I'm trying to say? So you're going to pleat, you keep pleating everything here and measure it from that center point till you get 11. So remember, 11 inches is the actual waist measurement I am using. So you're going to pleat everything, including the allowance, to give you back your 11 inches. So this is it after I was done pleating it. I used a difference of 1.5 inches for the pleating. Now from the center point, when you measure it, you see we have our 11 inches right there. And if you further want to confirm it on the other side as well, go ahead and measure it. And this is it. We have 11 inches on both sides after pleating it. Now from this part where we notched, I would like to reduce the length of this side here. So I'm going to be marking 23 inches from that notched part. Now I'll mark 23 inches. Now after marking it, you can decide to cut it whichever direction, straight, any angle you want to cut it out from. I'm just going to be extending mine straight out this way. You can leave it too, but I just want to reduce the excess around there. Basically, that is what I am doing. Now, after cutting it, I'm going to cut out the other side as well. Now, from here, from this notched part, you are going to sew it like half an inch. You're going to sew it around this way. After sewing it around, the next thing you want to do, you go ahead to weave it. Remember, whatever we are doing on this side, we are going to be repeating the exact same thing on the other side as well. At the same time, I am also going to be hemming the lower area here and put elastic to it so that it's going to give me a gathers effect, right? Now I'm just going to open it up here and fold it twice, then go ahead to pass my elastic to it while I am also shaping the other side of the pocket. I'll be doing two things at the same time. Now this is what it looks like after I was done sewing and weaving the sides. The same thing for this other side as well. And when we come down to the length, to the ankle, so basically when we come down to the ankle area or the length area, I've gone ahead to add the elastic. Now you just go ahead to sew it around this way. And also when we come to the waist area, you will measure whatever you have here around and then cut out the band and elastic for it. Now this is the band I'm going to be using. I'm using 4.5 inches. You can use 5 inches to be on a safer side. We're going to be folding it into two like so. Now for the elastic, my waist measurement is 32 inches. I'm going to be minusing 6 inches from my actual waist measurement. I will end up with 26 inches. Now that is the inches I'm going to be cutting out on my elastic. So I'm using 26 inches for this elastic. Now this is it after I was done attaching the band. Now from one end to the other end of the main trouser, you would go ahead to sew in the elastic waistband. Now, basically, this is what you should get after you are done. This is a closer view after I am done. See how beautiful the waistband is looking. And there are other methods to achieving this style. If you don't want it to have pockets, you can just pleat everything on this angle. Like you just go ahead to pleat everything on this angle to join to the waistband. I prefer and like the one without pockets. I made one for myself. If you're interested in seeing that, please let me know in the comment section. Also, remember the front and back of this trouser is basically the same thing. If you want to differentiate between the front and back, you can put in a tag or notch something that will help you to differentiate it. Now, this is what it looks like from the right side. I hope you found this video very interesting and very useful. For whatever question or appreciation you have, please remember to drop them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye.